Hey guys, Risque here, and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. Most likely our finale. I can't imagine it's gonna go much longer. Last we left off, I almost had a mental breakdown. But can I sit in the throne? This is a tiny little throne. But we defeated the Archdemon. I imagine we can talk to everybody again, and we're gonna tie up some loose ends. So let's start with Honora.
Allow me to offer you my personal congratulations, Warden. I must admit that while I did not share my father's pessimism regarding the Grey Wardens, I had my doubts that such a small number of you could be victorious. Yet here you are.
Logain was wrong.
And now he is a Grey Warden himself. The Maker, it appears, is nothing if not fond of irony. Now I see Al-Eamon gesturing to me. There is more work to be done. I must take my leave of you, I fear. Enjoy the rest of the celebration, Warden. I shall speak to you again before the day is done.
Alright. Yeah, I gotta go to my good boy first. Oh, I thought that was Zeus. Whoops, sorry, madame. Alright, let's get you out of the way.
So it appears that Riordan was wrong. I find it difficult to believe that he deliberately misled us. Have you another explanation for what happened?
Well, he died. Morrigan helped with her magic.
I should have known. The witch disappeared not long after the battle and has not been seen since. I assume this was expected. Still, the Orlesian Grey Wardens have been persistent in their questions. I intend to keep any thoughts on the matter to myself. I understand you're returning to the Wardens. As am I. I've been tapped to lead up their recruitment efforts here in Ferelden. Honora's influence, no doubt. I would have preferred she not interfered.
Honestly, same. You deserve far worse. I'll just say she's her father's daughter.
So it appears. Let us put an end to the chatter here. I'm sure neither of us has the stomach for it. Go and return to your celebration. Regardless of what I might think, you ended the Blight. You deserve your accolades.
Goddamn right. Okay, is there anybody over here I can talk to? No? Okay. Fergus is next, I guess. Sup, Fergus? Fergie Ferg?
When I heard that my little sister was not only a Grey Warden, but also leading Ferelden into battle, I was surprised, to put it mildly. Father. He would have been so proud of you. I know I am. You've done good.
Aww. I knew I should have looked harder for you.
I'm not sure you wouldn't have just been wasting your time, to be honest. I never made it to the Battle at Ostagar. We were still scouting in the wilds when we were attacked by a party of Darkspawn. Most of my men were killed. I woke up 2 weeks later in a chastened hut, wounded and feverish. By the time I was able to sneak out of the wilds, you were already marching to Denerim. I tried to get word to High Ever. You can imagine what happened, I suppose.
I'm so sorry about Orin and Oriana.
Yes, I'm trying not to think too much about them. Hal was a greedy, traitorous bastard. I just wish I'd been there to help you kill him. At least Amaranthine now belongs to the Grey Wardens. There's some justice in that, I think. I need to go back to High Ever. See if I can clean up the mess Hal made of it. I will see you soon, I hope.
For sure, bro. Of course you will.
Good. High Ever won't be the same without everyone around. Take care of yourself, you hear? Or I'll find you and nag you like Mother did until you're ready to tear out your hair.
I'm holding you to that. Okay, I'm saving my girlfriend for last. Let's talk to Wynn next. You did good, Wynn.
The hero of Ferelden. My. How does it feel?
It's a little strange.
Of that I have no doubt. It's a title you'll be wearing for a long time to come, just as Logain wore his. But it's not so bad, is it? A Blight defeated with the other nations barely becoming aware. Who could ask for better?
I didn't do it on my own.
I don't think many heroes ever do. I'm glad not to be on the receiving end of all this attention myself. I say, let the young have their fame. At any rate, I'm certain you will enjoy yours well enough. Best get on with it.
What are your plans?
Oh, I'm certain you've no interest in an old woman's plans. No need to be so polite. Thank you for what you did at the tower. Now go. I'm sure you have plenty of adventures yet to come.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Do we control the same character in future titles? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. I am excited to finally start Dragon Age 2 tonight.
Humans have a better taste for spirits than I thought. The ale up here is actually good. Orzammar ale tastes like dirt in comparison. Probably because they put dirt in it. Go figure.
Yeah, that would make sense. Does that mean you're staying here?
For now. They may have already branded me a surfacer back home anyhow. Well, that pot-bellied son of a whore Tegan said I'd pass out before drinking an entire barrel of pickle juice. I aim to prove him wrong.
Can't go wrong with pickle juice. Are you still interested in adventuring?
Maybe. Swing around in a few months or so. And if I'm sober by then, I'll let you know.
Hell yeah, Grim.
It's been good traveling with you, Warden. Don't get lost in the shuffle now.
Nah, you and me were besties. Yeah, you good boy. I can't interact with Zeus. Rude. What up, Sten?
They call you Hero. I have not heard it used before, but I think I understand the intent. The Arishok on occasion has declared a Kunari to be Kunoran Vel, one who serves as an example to others. Such examples are always made after their death, however, a death in service to the Kyun. A living Kunoran Vel would be too proud.
Nothing wrong with a little pride.
Of course you would say that. What the human custom has in common with our own is that the declaration of a Kunoran Vel is a cause for much celebration. It is one of few occasions when the Kunari are permitted to engage in revelry. There is imbibing of spirits, public chanting, meditations abandoned. It is madness.
This isn't madness. Everyone is just very relieved.
Yes. Were I too weak to protect myself, I suppose I would also be vastly relieved to have a hero save the day.
Jesus Christ.
I suppose I should tell you. I have decided to return to my people.
Deuces.
Your quest is done, and thus so is my reason for accompanying you.
See you later. That'll be a long trip home.
Yes, but it will be welcome to be amongst familiar things again. It must be said, you gave me the chance to redeem my honor, and now it is done. I owe you a debt.
And I'll collect on that one day.
Should I be in a position to repay, I will, whatever is asked. Perhaps we shall meet again. Should it be in battle, I will not seek you out. Panahedon, Warden.
Yeah, right back at you. Okay. Let's go talk to Liliana. What's up, Chili Baby Flakes?
So here we are. The conquering heroine has won the day, and now she takes her bow and exits the stage. A fine ending.
Want a scissor? But does the heroine get her girl?
I don't know. I haven't read that part yet, have I? You'll have to tell me.
Let's see. The hero always gets the girl.
Oh, is that how it is? You know, I can't help now but think of my vision. The Maker sent me to help you, and look what you did. It's a miracle. It truly is. I've been asked by the Chantry to return to the Urn of Sacred Ashes. I need to make sure it's protected. Maybe pilgrims can even begin going there again.
Do you need help?
If you'd like to come, I'd be glad for the company. Especially yours. The expedition leaves in a month. We can talk again once the celebrations are done and make preparations. I look forward to it.
You and me both, Girly Pop. Alright, I guess that's everybody. So yeah, Morrigan's gone, and Zevran died. Those are really all the companions I had? And then Alistair, obviously. Alright.
Are you ready, my lady? The crowds outside are getting restless.
Let's do this shit. Restless? What am I supposed to do?
Just put in an appearance, so I understand it. The people just want to see their hero in person. I'm supposed to take you to your escort. Full brigade, their armor all shined up and everything. They're really honored to be guarding you, let me tell you.
Let's go then.
Right. I'll take you there now. Follow me.
In the months that followed her coronation, Honora proved herself an adept ruler. Trade agreements with other lands quickly brought new funds into the royal coffers, and with them the queen saw the capital rebuilt. The army was restored, laws were passed to encourage freeholders to produce sufficient harvests, and plans were conceived for a university. Okay. I dig it. I kind of speed read it, because I don't know how long these texts are going to be on the screen. I don't want to miss anything. Because, yeah, that was another thing. Whenever I was looking at the other person's end game, I saw that there were, like, updates for things. So I was like, oh, they might be different depending on how you play it, I would think. So that was another reason I really wanted to make sure I got my own ending. And it feels good. It feels good to have done it. I just... Legit, I'm going to cut it out of the last episode, but... The game crashed twice after like a minute of playing, and I was just like, you've got to be kidding me. Oh, do I? Oh! I control it. As the years passed, Honora continued to rebuff the advice of Ferelden's nobility requesting that she remarry. Though prospective suitors from other nations visit Denerim from time to time, the queen's only comment is that all of them fall far short of the bar she measures them against, that of her father. Oh dear God, she's got daddy issues. News that the urn of sacred ashes had been found in Ferelden did not spread outside the Chantry until Brother Genetivi made an announcement several months after the defeat of the Darkspawn. The manuscript detailing his research and his experience with Andraste's cult drew huge interest among scholars throughout Thetis. Some years later, the Chantry announced that the resting place of Andraste's ashes had indeed been found. They were located, however, in ruins that were also the lair of a high dragon, thus proving too dangerous to approach. Many made demands to secure the ashes so that followers could undertake pilgrimages to partake of their healing powers. Following numerous failed attempts to deal with the dragon, the beast finally flew off to find another haven, but leaving the mountaintop sanctum in ruins, an excavation found no traces of the urn. People began to doubt that the ashes had ever been found, while others claimed that a cult of Andraste's followers stole them from the temple. Still, others say that the Maker himself removed the urn, deeming mankind unworthy of it. For now, what happened to the urn is simply unknown. Following months of effort, the Tower of Circle of Magi was finally cleansed of the last spirits to slip through the veil. No further abominations were created, and First Enchanter Irving was pleased to declare the circle safe. All that could be saved had been. With the slaver shut down in the alienage, the lot of the city-born elves improved for a time. A food shortage years later forced Queen Honora to come down hard on elven rioters, an act not quickly forgiven, and a sign that tensions between the elves and humans were far from resolved. Oof. I wonder if that's gonna play a part in future games. Shiani continued to be an outspoken member of the alienage community, and in time became the new elder. That outspokenness earned her frequent trouble, but served her people well. I get it. I'm also outspoken and it gets me in trouble, so I get it. Arl Eamon returned to Redcliffe, beginning the long task of rebuilding. He found the village already bustling and eager to leave behind the memories of those terrible nights facing the undead. Connor was sent off to study at the Circle, and considering his earlier experiences, he excelled in his training and easily passed the harrowing to become a full mage. Good for him! At his father's urging, Connor accepted a position in Teventer to undertake formal study of the Fade. I mean, shit. He was the kid that got possessed, right? So that makes sense. The Dalish elves prospered after the siege at Denerim, having earned much respect for their part in the battle. For once, human lands welcomed the wandering folk. The new keeper, Lenayo, was respected both amongst the Dalish as well as in the Ferelden court. She was a voice of reason, and other Dalish clans would turn to her to help resolve disputes with human folk. In time, many of the Dalish clans moved to the new land provided for them in the south near Ostagar. Wary of their human neighbors, however, tensions soon rose again, and only keeper Lenaya's leadership kept peace alive. In Orzammar, King Balin quickly proved himself a reformer. Trade with the surface lands increased, and caste restrictions were loosened. The casteless were permitted to take arms against the Darkspawn in exchange for new freedoms. For the first time in generations, the line in the Deep Roads was pushed back, and a few thags were reclaimed. Oh, that's awesome. Maybe I made a good choice in King, then. Balin's reforms quickly found him enemies within the warrior and noble caste, however, and after several assassination attempts, the assembly was dissolved. The king then ruled alone, some said as a tyrant, others said as a visionary determined to drag Orzammar into the modern world. Okay, interesting. The dwarven mage Dagna ultimately completed her studies at the rebuilt Circle Tower on the surface. Eventually, she published a comprehensive theory of how lyrium vapors relate to the supply of magic. It gained a great deal of attention. Good for her. This inspired mages from other parts of Thetis to establish a new Circle of Magi in Orzammar itself, one that had ready access to dwarven lyrium and lies outside the Chantry's power completely. The willingness of Orzammar to harbor apostates sparked outrage that began whispers that the Divine was contemplating a new exalted march. It was not long before Bronkham mastered Caridon's technique, learning how to use the Anvil of the Void to create new golems, the first in many centuries. The dwarven people greeted this news with cheers, though few knew of the cost. At first, King Balin worked eagerly with Bronca to provide subjects, willing or not, so that the golems could push the Darkspawn back. This arrangement was not to last, however. Before long, Bronca began to refuse to create golems only for the king, who soon banned use of the Anvil. His men attacked Bronca's fortress in the deep roads, forcing her to shut it tight. Oh shit. Years into the siege, Balin was forced to relent. The fortress guarded by Bronca's golems remained impenetrable. I mean, those golems were badass. I'm not mad at it. As good as her word, Morrigan disappeared once the archdemon was slain. Someone of Morrigan's description was seen traveling alone months later, heading west through the Frostback Mountains, and she may have even been with child. Alistair was true to his word and did not return to the Grey Wardens. He was last seen before the siege, hiring a Rivani ship to take him out of Denerim. An attempted coup to overthrow Honora a year later borrowed Alistair's name, but no proof of Alistair's involvement was ever supplied. Excuse me. A haggard, drunken man was seen in a tavern in Starkhaven, bitterly claiming to have once been a Grey Warden and Prince, but drunken men are not so rare. I hope that's not him. Oh, that's gonna break my heart. The companions who had traveled with Risque eventually scattered to the four winds, drawn either by personal duty or the call to further adventure. The Grey Wardens welcomed their hero back into the fold gladly, eager to receive a hero who faced the Archdemon and lived to pass on the knowledge. As the blighted lands began to heal and the Grey Wardens slowly rebuilt the order in Amaranthine? I don't remember how that was pronounced. They discovered that the fight against the Darkspawn was not yet complete. Although the Horde was routed and had dissolved upon the Archdemon's death, many of the more powerful Darkspawn survived to organize roving warbands that preyed both upon the land and upon each other. These warbands spread havoc, and some even journeyed west into Orlais or across the Shining Sea by the deep roads. They proved incredibly difficult to wipe out. But these tales are yet to be told. This tale ended when Risque sank her blade in the Archdemon's head and destroyed it forever. It was not the last the Ferelden would hear of her, however. Alright. And that was Dragon Age Origins. Aside from that fuck-ass last boss fight, yeah. I loved it. I love this game. It was great. I'm really glad that it did not continue to crash, because I really legit did not know what I was gonna do. I was like, I don't want to have played this game for 90 plus episodes just to have to give up at the very end. But yeah, I'm excited for Dragon Age 2. I know nothing about it. It'll be blind as well. I'm jumping into it right after we finish this. But yeah, I feel like the graphics have held up really well, because I mean, when did this game come out? Like 2008-ish? So I mean, it's almost 20 years old at this point, which I don't like saying that, but wow. But yeah, it still looks good. Again, the combat, not my favorite. It just feels very button mashy. And I feel like things could be explained better. Because, I mean, there were so many just, like, features and things that I didn't know I could do or didn't know how to do until, like, super late in the game. So, you know, it's some trial and error. I'm excited to replay it, though, and do things completely differently and just see what happens. But yeah, so I thoroughly recommend it to anybody who might be on the fence about, oh, should I jump into Dragon Age? Jump into Dragon Age. Super fun. I mean, I did have some kind of high hopes because I loved the Mass Effect series. So I was like, you know, hopefully Dragon Age is just as good, and it's just as good. It is thoroughly just as good. Can I skip? Oh, that's it. That's it. Okay, there's no, like, end credit scene or anything like that. It's just done. All right. Well, I guess on that note, we're going to go ahead and end this episode and this playthrough here. Dragon Age 2 will be coming up next. I'm super excited. Hope you guys are as well. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share this with your friends, hit the bell so you don't miss an upload, and I'll see you guys next time.